suspicious subject. Uh, The investigative units determined that it was possibly the suspect of the kidnapping, and they started their investigations at that time. And it wasn't until just moments ago that the SWAT team was able to rescue the child and take the subject into custody. I'll take any questions you have right now, but as of right now, that's all we have. Okay.
Can you just give us a bit more of the information leading up to the abduction, kidnapping?
The actual kidnapping, what was released is still the initial part. They have to go and further investigate that before we confirm it. So whatever we released prior is what we have to stay with. We can only report on the rescue of the child and the arrest of the suspect. The investigation that occurred and the kidnapping, we still have to complete that investigation before we can give you further details. So unfortunately, the way we presented it to you has to stay the same until investigators have time to understand exactly what happened. It's important that we get this right, and right now we were more concerned about rescuing the child and taking the person into custody. When those details do become available with investigators, we will reach out and let you know.
What type of charges is the suspect now facing?
As of right now, it's aggravated kidnapping, but there could be more. That's just the charge off the top of them.
Did someone from the community called to see if that person was there, what's up?
The call, I don't know who called. I don't know who called on this police call. That's part of the investigation. They're still determining that. I can only tell you that the call was a suspicious subject. During the call coming in, investigative units, which were TAC, CAP, everybody was looking for the subject and the child. So in hearing that going over the radio, they were able to piece together or have an educated guess that it was possibly, and they followed up on their leads, and it led to the rescue as we know right now. So I don't have the details of how it exactly happened, because they're just very fresh, and those details specifically will be available once the investigators are able to come together and understand exactly how it occurred.
I know you said there's very fresh, there's not that many details at the moment, but can you tell us maybe why it took so long to take him into custody? Did the suspect have any weapons with him?
As far as weapons, I don't know what he was found with. I can tell you that these types of situations, especially when there's a possible hostage or a kidnapped victim, we take them very seriously, and we have to be very methodical and absolute in our decision making. CMT, crisis management team, once they did make contact, of course, tried to talk and negotiate with the suspect, and that takes time. We're going to give people the opportunity to end it peacefully. It went on a little longer, and the decision was made to go and get the child, and once that was made, the SWAT team did recover the child and take him into custody. The time frame is long because there's a lot of investigative work, confirmations, and basic police work that has to be completed when we're going to do these types of investigations and rescues. The SWAT team prepares constantly for this. This is what they train for. CMT trained for this also, and time is on our side, and we're going to take it because our ultimate goal is the preservation of life, including the suspect. SWAT is a life-saving organization.
We know this is a very sensitive subject, of course, but can you tell us why the police didn't want the information about the SWAT situation to be released right away?
We wanted this. We don't have very many Amber Alerts, and these types of investigations are very emotionally charged, especially when it involves family members. As a young child, we don't know the mental state of the suspect, and what we don't want is for any news to be released that could possibly escalate that person and have them decide to harm the child. So it's very important that, number one, he not know that we were at his door, and number two, to keep him as calm as possible and not stir any emotions that could possibly lead to the child being injured or possibly worse. So that was the reason why we asked you all not to report on it. One other reason is that at the time when SWAT and the investigative units, it's an investigative process. It takes a journey, and until we are 100% confirmed on what is occurring, we would rather err on the side of caution and have you hold back than to, give out misleading information or put the child or the hostage in jeopardy.
Do we know if the suspect was threatening to harm the kid, or do you have information?
I don't have any information on the dialogue that happened between CMT or SWAT. That information is, like I said, it's very fresh. We won't have any of that until the investigation is complete, so I'm not aware of any threats as of right now.
How long will it be that the child is, checked in terms of the medical services? Like, when will he be able to go back with his mother? Or better?
There's a lot of things that have to happen before that can happen. Of course, the welfare of the child is the priority. If FMS is the ultimate say-so, which possibly might not be, it could be hospitals, we don't know. So to give you a time frame is based on his condition. The immediate information we got as soon as he was placed into custody that he was unharmed or not harmed. But of course, after further medical evaluation, that could change. So I can't give you really a time frame of when he will be, reunited with his family.
Okay, thank you.
But he will go back to his mother, correct?
I don't know the steps that they're going to take. There's a lot of investigation that has to be done, and I don't want to prematurely give you a statement that I don't know right now is true. That's the goal, is to reunite people with their family, but I don't want to go on something I don't know right now and say that that's an absolute. Things have to take its course. That's the most important, that we do this right. Any other questions? Again, I just want to thank the members of the media, your organizations, for being very professional and being very compassionate to the requests that we have. You played a huge part in the success of this rescuing of the child, and I just want to thank you personally.
Sorry,
Yes,
just one
ma'am.
more question, just to confirm, so did the suspect come out on his own, or did SWAT go in?
What I know right now is SWAT arrested him. I don't know the process on how it occurred.
Okay, and how long can we expect the SWAT team to still be out there tonight?
I don't know the tactics that they use or what was used to get into the room, I should say. So it could be, at least hours. Depending on the investigative units, they are going to possibly process, which does take time. So it could be, we would guess that it would be at least hours.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Do you know what state the hostage was? We're told that he might have been under the influence of some kind of drug. Can you confirm anything like that?
No, it's too early to speculate on the condition of either one. They're being evaluated right now as we speak, and it would be premature to give a statement until we know for sure.
How did you guys feel when you received the call that no one was harmed?
That's our ultimate goal, is in these situations, like I said a little while ago, SWAT, Special Weapons and Tactics, the emphasis on tactics is a life-saving organization. And that is the goal of every SWAT officer or any SWAT commander or any crisis negotiator. The ultimate goal is for everybody, including the suspect, to be safe. That is our number one goal. And how does it make it feel? It makes them feel that they've done their job correctly and that everybody can go home, both suspects, subject, and officers. You wanna? Okay. All right, Javier, you gotta do Spanish? Okay. Thank you.
¿Van a quitar usted su micrófono o no? No.
Can we go?
Yeah, let me get my
Okay.
Amigo, acerca todo el micrófono. Sí, pongan, pues.
Yeah, 2 months.